The question that arises at the beginning is, what are the benefits of targeting for us? Allow us to recount them for you. 1. Goal setting improves our mental image of ourselves, and having a purpose improves your present and gives you a better tomorrow. 2. A goal makes you aware of your capabilities and strengths and provides capabilities to overcome obstacles and solve problems. 3. Goal selection informs you about your weaknesses and inabilities and makes you alert. It is quite clear that people with high performance focus more on their strengths, and it should be known that awareness of weaknesses and inabilities can sometimes solve serious problems. That is, a person can try to overcome his shortcomings by being aware of them, turning them into strengths, and improving and progress in planning and setting goals. But being aware of our weaknesses can also inform us that it is better not to take too many steps in the areas where we are weak and to focus more of our efforts, energy, and time on the points that are our strengths and capabilities. Even if we are very interested in progressing in a field or taking a step in a path, at the same time, we have weaknesses in that path. It is better to choose another way or goal with strength and capability. Goal setting helps us to show us which way is better to take. 4. Setting goals or writing goals helps us visualize our desired goals in our minds first, follow them in practice, and implement them in our lives to achieve them gradually. Setting a goal puts a path in front of us so we can take complete steps in it and move towards what we want. Writing goals helps us to know clearly what we are looking for, what we want, and when we want to achieve it. Actually, when do we want to take practical steps to achieve it? Writing down goals forces us to categorize what we wish to, and when we know the priority in life, we can better decide how to move forward, making it more accessible. Goal setting ensures reality for us and separates it from wishful thinking and day and night dreams. Goal setting is very different from daydreaming. Because in choosing a goal, you follow a plan and a practical action to fulfill your dreams naturally, and you know what you want, how you should move now, and what your method of movement is. This movement program is completely measured, realistic, and timed at your disposal to guide you as a guiding principle to achieve your goals. Choosing a goal makes us feel responsible for life and take full responsibility for our personal life. And goal setting does this for us. By feeling responsible for the thoughts, decisions, and actions I have taken so far and now facing their direct and indirect consequences, both good and bad, I can strengthen my steps to move forward. If you do not firmly and responsibly decide what to do in any situation, you independently choose to delegate this role to others. Then in the future, you will face problems where you blame others for your failures, and you will blame them, while you are the one who gave them the authority to make decisions for you, plan for you, act for you, or tell you how to act. Objectives act as a lever to strengthen decision-making power. The power of decision-making is a very important skill we must strengthen. According to research, one of the biggest reasons for professional career failures is the absence or lack of decision-making. That is, when a person cannot make a timely and appropriate decision, he will face loss in the long run. Goal selection is used as a criterion that enables us to become good decision-makers and be successful people in our personal, family, professional, financial, economic, and scientific life. After this introduction, you may ask yourself, what are the basic principles of a scientific and correct goal selection? Here are some guidelines for targeting. I hope it will help you to formulate your plans based on it for the next year or 5 years. 1. Goals should include your personal goals. It means that you cannot be motivated by someone else's goals, or that someone else can set goals for you, or you can choose your goals in life based on what he likes. No one can choose your goals and ask you to follow those goals. You may be motivated and encouraged for a short time by someone else's dreams. For example, someone talks to you about their goals, and you are attracted to them. But it must be said that such goals will not last long and will disappear. Goals should come from within you and should be important to you. My goals are sacred and important to me, and other goals are important to others. You should set your goals based on your own needs and desires. 2. Goals should be expressed positively. The important part of goal setting is to provide a clear mental picture of what we want to achieve. Goals should be stated positively and keep away from the negative area. For example, I am not afraid of people anymore, and I will no longer be shy. Such goals are not good goals. The goal must be stated positively. That is, say what you want, not what you don't want. Like these goals. I will be honest with people from now on. I behave boldly in public. 3. The goal should be realistic and achievable, and within your ability. Not all goals can be achieved. 4. The goal should be subject to change in its characteristics. Remember that all our relationships with others begin with our relationships with ourselves. If we want to change how others treat us, we must first change ourselves from the inside. 5. Goals must be in writing. Although they are clear in our minds and we think we have a good memory, we must remember this important principle. We must write down the goals. Because writing the goals is implanted in our conscious and unconscious mind, and our mind actively and passively reviews it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 6. Goals should be challenging and lead you to new practical actions. Goals should not be so simple and trivial that they do not motivate you. Goals should be neither too easy nor too difficult. Because the goals are simple or very simple, we are not motivated to do them. If they are very difficult, we postpone doing them. Goals should motivate you, not push you to the point of hitting you. 7. Goals based on envy, stinginess, comparison, competition, and other non-constructive external motives are not good goals, and we should be careful about them. We live in a society that is constantly plagued by feelings of competition and indirect and direct jealousy. If we constantly compare what the other person has and I should have it, or I should have something that he doesn't have, or we look for what he is looking for, these will never take us where we want to go. 8. Always write the goals in the present tense, so your mind believes that you have achieved this goal. When writing goals, remember that we are not talking about the future. We do not say I hope, wish, or am very eager to do or will do this. Rather, we say that I am a daring person. I am a bold person. It means that this goal has happened in the present time, as if something has already been done. 9. Goals should be non-comparable. That is, the goal should be something that will put you in the highest emotional position and make you happy. Not what you feel you have to feel superior to someone else. Rather, the goal should always be wholly personal and internal and related to you. 10. The goal must be physically present. That is, it must be written, duplicated, and pasted on the door and wall, in the refrigerator, in the room, in front of the bed, or under your desk where it is constantly in front of your eyes until always reviewed regularly. The goal must be seen. I will explain the importance of this point as an example. It is said that one of the great masters of mysticism, who was also a master of the art of archery, invited his most popular student to see his shooting. His student had already witnessed more than 100 times how skillfully his master shoots and hits targets with a bow. But he decided to obey his master's order this time and watch his shooting. The master and the student went to a field next to the monastery and reached a beautiful big tree. The master took a flower from the wreath around his neck and placed it on a branch. Then he opened his bag and took out 3 things: his beautiful bow, an arrow, and a white handkerchief with jasmine flower embroidery. Then, a few hundred feet from the goal, he stood in front of his goal and asked his student to close his eyes with a handkerchief. The student did the teacher's order. The master asked, "How many times have you seen me practicing the original and ancient sport of shooting?" The disciple replied, "Every day, master. And you have always hit the red flower from a distance of 300 yards." The master said, "I will do this today with my eyes closed." With a handkerchief tied over his eyes, he pulled the bowstring with all his might. He aimed his bow at the rose and released the arrow. The arrow missed by a long distance and didn't even hit a tree, a branch, or a flower. After shooting, the master removed the handkerchief from his eyes and asked the student, "Did the bullet hit the target?" The student replied, "No, master, it went too far." "Today, you wanted to teach me the power of concentration and show me that you can do miracles. Is it true?" "No," said the master. "I taught you a very important lesson about the power of concentration. I wanted to show you that when you want something, you just have to focus on it. Try to see it. No one will ever reach a goal that he does not see. Therefore, we should see our goal well in our mind so we can imagine how to achieve it."